And there's been a lot of really, really big fish caught over the last few years. There was an 11.7 caught in a boat tournament there a few years back. I know the week prior to us going out there that somebody caught one that was weighed over 9 pounds. And there's several anglers that day. I know Wade had a big one right at the boat. Will had a monster at the boat. Darren had a monster at the boat. And I also lost one about 6 pounds that jumped out of the water.
Welcome back to the Kayak Bass Connection podcast. We are the official podcast of the Southern Illinois Kayak Club and their bass tournament trail. So I am your host, Jared, and I'm joined by my co-host, Jeff Sheriff. How are you tonight, Jeff?
All right, Jared, how you doing, man?
Hey, I am good. Now, hopefully we got the technical problems past us. So we are very fortunate tonight. We have a bunch of great anglers joining us again. Now, tonight is going to be all about stop number 2 of the 2026 Southern Illinois Kayak Club Tournament Trail at Crab Orchard Lake. Was held on May 16th, 2026, a day that I did not do well in, but some people on here did. So just to introduce everybody real quick, first place, Mr. Wade Harbaugh. So Wade, congratulations on another win.
Thank you.
Awesome, with 80.75 inches total for the day. And then in second place, Dalton Williams, somebody we're not really used to seeing in second place. He's usually on the top of the heap there. And when I talked to you after the ramp, all you said was, I don't think I may not have won, but I may be on the podcast this week. Congratulations. Yeah. And then third place, guy who's been on here several times, seems just getting better all the time, Kevin Cox, 79.5 inches at the end of the day. Welcome back, Kevin.
Thanks. Good to be here.
So I also wanted to mention Big Fish award for the day was Nicole Holman at 20 at 3/4 of inches. I don't think I've met Nicole yet. I think, is she a rookie to the club, or does anybody know? Okay, yeah, awesome. Hopefully, maybe I'll reach out to her, see if we can't get her on the podcast sometime soon. So we did have a lot of anticipation building up to this event because the club had not been to Crab Orchard in quite a while. I think somebody said 4 or 5 years. Not a body of water that in the past has been known to produce great tournament bags, but over the last few years, they've actually done a lot of work. Kevin, now that's kind of your backyard, isn't it? I know you and I have talked before.
It's my first tournament on Crab Orchard when I was 14 years old.
All right.
Yeah, that's my home lake.
So I was really impressed, doing research before the tournament to find out all the effort that has went into improving that habitat in the last 4 or 5 years. What have you seen with your own eyes leading up to this tournament?
I've noticed that the grass is starting to come back. The willow grass around the bank, it had just all but about went away, and there's starting to be some pretty good mats of that stuff coming back. They've been catching big stringers out there for the last several years. I mean, honestly, I think if I remember correctly, in the mid-90s, the average bass was 4 pounds on Crab Orchard. It just is always been a breeding ground for big fish, and there's been a lot of really, really big fish caught over the last few years. There was an 11.7 caught in a boat tournament there a few years back. I know the week prior to us going out there that somebody caught one that was weighed over 9 pounds, and there's several anglers that day. I know Wade had a big one right at the boat. Will had a monster at the boat. Darren had a monster at the boat. And I also lost one about 6 pounds that jumped out of the water. So it had the potential to be a completely different tournament, but Crab Orchard can humble you very quickly.
So Wade, what was your history like before this win there at the lake?
I'd never been there. I went there Friday. And the wind blew me off the water, and I found nothing. So all I knew is I could get a bite on and off on a spinnerbait. I had no pattern, no nothing.
Dalton, you're famous for not pre-fishing, but what did you expect coming into this event with Crab Orchard?
I kind of expect it was going to be, to win it was going to be around 82, 83. So I kind of expected, but I lost 3 good ones. I lost probably good 7 inches on those 3 fish.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do y'all
think? Go ahead, Jeff.
What do y'all think was sounds like y'all had a lot of, fish lost come off at the boat and everything. You think it was just bad hook sets, or they just wasn't eating it right, or a little bit of everything?
I think there's a lot of fish still on beds. So I think they were eating the baits a little funny. A lot of the fish that I caught that day were I mean, they had not spawned out. Had big fat bellies. They weren't beat up. I don't know about Dalton and Wade what they caught, but I think that there was still a lot of fish on the bed. Matter of fact, the boat tournament that day, same day, it took 19, almost 20 pounds to win it. 18 pounds was second, and 17 pounds was third. So yeah, and I've heard that they were catching them on beds.
I only had the one fish come off. All my fish, they weren't eaten. I think they were all reaction bites, and I had several fish that I could feel the spinnerbait blades quit moving, and then a boil behind it. So they were coming up and swatting at it, but they weren't trying to eat it.
Were those real shallow fish, Wade?
Everything I caught was less than 2 foot.
I don't know if I've ever fished a tournament where I spent more time in 2-3 feet of water, and I ended up fishing in the windswept points and the shoreline, and yeah, that wind for most of the day was a battle within itself.
That's why I went to the other side of the lake that morning. I'd never been over there, but I got blown off the water that first day, and I sat at the ramp and looked at the map and decided I was going to scoot across the lake and just go for it. And then I seen all them guys over there. It's like, well, I didn't make a bad choice.
Right.
Yeah, that lake for a kayak angler, you got to keep your head on a swivel. There was a lot of very fast boats running up and down that lake.
I wasn't worried about the boats so much as I was all the stinking water snakes trying to get in the kayak with me. That's snakes like
So that wasn't just me then. That's good. No.
Yeah, there's more snakes in that lake than any place I've ever been.
Yeah.
I probably seen 50.
Yeah.
So Wade, you said you had a lot of bait with a lot of success with moving baits.
Everything was on a spinnerbait. I wasn't burning it, but I should have put a trailer on and kept it up in the water so I could slow my retrieve down. I think that would have helped a little bit. But everything was on the same spinnerbait.
Hindsight's always 20/20, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Luckily, Dalton lost 7 inches, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I had 2 of them right back to back. That killed me.
Tough feeling.
So were you guys fighting the same muddy water that I was in the center of the lake?
I don't think the
Fishing
water
in muddy water at all.
Real.
Yeah, I didn't think the water was muddy where we were at. Because I fished by Wade most of the day, and I thought the water color was pretty good.
Yeah, I did too. It was a foot, maybe 2 foot. I mean, it wasn't bad.
No,
Yeah, where I was at, visibility was about 4 inches.
We were up by the spillway.
Yeah, I was down toward the center of the lake. I almost took a run towards the spillway. The way that wind kicked up, and then I watched all the boats flying. I'm like, I'll just work it out where I'm at. It didn't exactly work out well for me.
What's the water clarity usually like out there, or like a typical day?
When the lily pads get up on the east of 148, they really start to filter the water very good, and it kind of cleans the lake up. So the spring and this time of year is a little bit dirtier until those pads choke that side of 148 out, the east side.
So Wade, is this your first or second win a tournament trail? Okay,
second.
That's what I was thinking. Without looking through the archives, I couldn't tell, but I was thinking it was a second. What lake was the other win at?
Caffeine.
Yeah.
So Kevin, what was your weapon of choice for the
I'll give you one guess.
tube?
4-inch green pumpkin tube. That's what I threw all day.
Nice, man.
And I really the only thing I threw a lot of other baits, but that's really the only thing I got bit on.
Confidence bait, right?
Yeah. So I just stuck it in
Dalton,
my hand.
what about you? Cinco or
Cinco and crankbait, both of those.
Okay.
Sexy shad, crankbait, and green pumpkin Cinco.
Nice. Well, this tournament was interesting. Was the ramps very busy where you guys were at? Because ours was packed.
I had 3 kayaks at mine.
Would we have 5 or 6 kayaks at ours? There was no boats.
Yeah, there was
that
5 or
boat
6,
tournament.
Yeah.
At one point, I counted 16 vehicles lined up trying to get into the ramp.
Jeez.
We had a little incident. I won't embarrass anybody on the podcast, but one of our kayak anglers was trying to launch, and he had actually put this kayak on my trailer thinking it'd be easier because it was a new boat for him. Well, slid off the trailer just as I backed into the water and went upside down.
Oh.
And broke some things. So it didn't start out well, but you know what? We got together, got things put up good enough to fish, so he was able to fish the rest of the day. But it's that added pressures, and when something like that happens, then there's people waiting. It's like, oh boy. Yeah. But I was impressed though, because he finished and he fished the entire day. ended up had a good attitude about things, and I think that's a win in my book.
Yeah, for sure. Bad timing. Of course, that's how it goes. If there hadn't been anybody around there, it'd been smooth sailing, but you got a bunch of people waiting on you. That's when something to hold up the show happens.
Yeah, one of the big takeaways there is he had a auto inflate life jacket,
Oh, yeah.
and it auto inflated because it was sitting in the kayak when it went over.
Yeah.
So he wore it the rest of the day inflated. Tournament director was using the same ramp we were, and he said, "Well, if you don't have another one, you can wear that one inflated, and it technically that's PDF a flotation device, PFD." So he did that. So kudos to sticking it out.
Yeah, that's a terrible.
So Kevin, did this tournament meet your expectations?
No, it did not meet my expectations. That's why I said Crab will humble you real quick, and just tell you that 1 or 2 days either direction. I feel like Crab's the place where we could easily see 100 inches broken easily. You got. I'd say I don't know. They had 19 pounds to win that tournament, so that's a 5 fish. That's a 4-pound average. That's probably 95, 96 inches there. Just the area that we were in. I lost that one that was easy 6 pounds. Wade had one right next to the boat. He said that was 8 pounds. And then Darren said he lost the biggest fish he ever had on in his life. He said it was well over 9 pounds. And then also Will lost a monster that he swears it was 10 pounds. So you take 4 fish like that, and then a 17 incher, and you're breaking 100 inches. So it's crab can really get right in a hurry. So
is all it would have took for all them big fish that are in there. If they were actually feeding and just covering water, you probably could have put together a big number.
Oh yeah. The fish are in there. Like I said, it was a tough day, and I think a lot of fish were still on beds and
timing.
Yeah.
Now, from what I read, they put in a lot of new spawning habitat there. Was that anywhere near where you guys were fishing at, or did that come into play at all, the new habitat?
I don't think it was too close to where we were at. I think that's in another part of the lake.
Okay.
On the south side.
Did you guys see any fry?
I saw a little bit at the end of the day, but not a whole lot. Did you?
The place I picked out, the entire north side of the bank was covered in fry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But there was just no females guarding it at all.
So where you found the fry, you didn't actually get bites, or you?
No, I had one bite, and that was a 17 that I lost, but that was the only one that came off fry. But everything else, there was just nothing guarding them. So I was getting real mad at that. So I'm guessing the boat tournament already came in there and snatched all of the females and all that.
Might be right.
And I didn't see much, but I didn't get back into pockets. I didn't feel comfortable going any shallower, so I was just working like the first 40 or 50 yards inside of a pocket from a point, and almost all my fish. I think I had 10 keepers total, and every one of them was out on the point pretty much.
Did you stick with that pattern most of the day, trying those pockets?
What's that?
Did you stick with that pattern most of the day, Wade?
Yeah, I had 2 fish fairly early on a bank over wood, and once I went into the first pocket, it was already 2.5 foot, and I just didn't feel comfortable back there, so I cut across, and then I caught the 19-inch off a point. I worked that little pocket. I come out, and I had a couple. Said you could feel the spinnerbait blades quit moving, and you see a boil behind it. Well, this little cut. I had that happen 3 times, and then I caught another keeper there, and so I just started working the points, and I just made a big loop. I covered that same area, I think, 3 times.
Right. Good call. Paid off for you, man.
Yeah, and the 19-inch helped, but late in the day, and I knew what Kevin had, and late in the day, I went over a place that I already fished, similar where I caught the 2 12-inch fish, and I got that 15.5 or whatever, and that's the one that helped.
Nice, man.
So if you could feel those blades stop moving, you got a pretty sensitive setup. What kind of rod, line, and stuff do you use for your spinnerbait, Wade?
I'm throwing Dob in rods, medium heavy. Let's see. I believe I had 15-pound P line on, fluorocarbon.
Just bought my first Dobbins rod here about 2 months ago, and I'm liking it so far. It's a lighter rod for crankbaits, but so far I really like it.
I love it. That's all I have right now. Yeah, that's all I have right now. And I got a couple of heavies I use for Carolina rigging, but a glass rod I bought for a chatterbait that I don't throw. But yeah, I like the rods.
Yeah, I'm a Dobbins guy too.
Well, as far as I'm looking forward in the schedule for a kayak club, do you guys have any other lakes that you're looking forward to?
The next one.
Yeah.
It's what it's Kincaid, I think, isn't it?
No, it's
Coffeen. Coffeen. That's it. Coffeen. That's historically been pretty good.
Yeah, Wade's the man there. Wade's going to take our money again.
I don't know. I mean, I do like it in the summer. We had a tournament there the week before, so I mean that place might get kind of beat up.
Yeah,
I should be good then. If there's going to be a tournament the week before.
Well, you figure everybody's pre-fishing the week before that tournament, and then that tournament, and then people pre-fishing for ours.
Yeah.
Crab Orchard was kind of that way, right? I'd heard they had a high school or college tournament or something just a few days before we were there. Then they had a boat tournament the day we were there as well.
Yeah.
I don't know that you're going to go to any lake anymore that's halfway good and escape much pressure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the high school team, the high school kids are beating everything to pieces, if you ask me. I mean,
well, at least their parents are.
Yeah.
Their parents are.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on these lakes now. I went to a lake today, actually, and I never see anyone there. And for some reason, there was a guy in a bass boat fishing it. I'm like, I never see anyone here. Why is he here? Yeah, then I fished it, caught 3 fish. Then I got back to my truck, went to go open the tailgate. Yeah, tailgate would not open.
Oops.
Yeah, so I was going like 5 miles an hour back home. Yeah, because the kayak I had to put it on top of the tailgate. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. It was very sketchy. I was even sketched out about it.
I bet so. How you liking you got an outfit, right, Dalton?
Yeah.
How
I do.
Treating you so far?
I mean, I keep getting top 3, so I like it pretty good.
Yeah, we got a little magic with it too.
When aren't you in the top 3?
Yes.
Pretty much.
I think the last time was Coffeen.
Was it?
I think it was Coffeen.
You got 4th in Coffeen, I think.
Yeah, I think that was the last time. I'm hoping to break that this next tournament.
So you had a new kayak at the beginning of the year, right? So I saw that, Kevin, you had some new ride. Did you have that for Crab Orchard?
No, it's still sitting in my garage. I haven't had time to get it rigged yet, but I got fortunate enough to get on Team New Canoe this year. And so I've got my Unlimited for sale, and I got the new Unlimited Max. Super excited about it. I just haven't had time. I've got everything that I need to rig it. I just haven't had the time to put it together. So, but yeah,
awesome.
Excited to get in it because it's just sitting there. So if you know anybody looking for a good one, a good kayak, let me know, or let them know I've got a nice Unlimited for sale. So
I almost sent you a message on Facebook Marketplace, try to sell you some of my spots.
Well, that's pretty exciting, Kevin, getting on New Canoe's team, right? So, but you've been very busy in the BASS series as well.
Well, yeah. I was able to fish made the championship this year.
Yeah.
Ended up in, I think, 8th place.
That's in the nation, right? I mean, put that in perspective. That's a national level tournament.
Yeah, that was the Kayak Bassmaster Classic and that one, and I actually won Newton, which was the first Illinois Bass Nation tournament this year.
Took my money.
I just it was one of those days where I just got fortunate and got some good bites and was able to put everything in the boat, and so yeah, it was good. But unfortunately, all the rest of the tournaments are all on Sundays, and you guys know I pastor a church, so that kind of takes me out of the running for that. Unless they put them on Saturdays, I'm just not going to be able to put into it.
You'll be doing a different type of fishing that day, right?
Yeah, that's right. So, but maybe next year they'll put them on Saturdays, because I do enjoy that and would like the opportunity to be able to make it back to that. And it was really kind of stings because the Illinois championship is on Crab Orchard in August. And I really wanted to fish that this year, but it is what it is.
What about your other guys? Wade, do you have any other tournament trails that you're fishing?
Kevin took my money in the first Bassmaster or Bass tournament, and I'm going to fish Coffeen, but my work schedule didn't allow me to go to any of the other ones, so I won't get to go to Crab Orchard either. I'll get to fish too.
Yeah, work can really ruin some fishing. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I've had this new kayak for a month, and I just the last 2 days I finally got to put all my electronics and motor and all that stuff. I haven't had any time.
What kind of kayak did you get, Wade?
I bought a used from Jonathan. I bought his Hobie.
Oh, that's a nice rig. Yeah, a red one.
That's a good rig. Looks nice.
Got it. And I bought a new motor for it, and got everything else mounted back the way it's supposed to be.
No, I'm a little jealous. I mean, I wanted to go, and then the weather kind of made me delay my decision, and then I fell asleep, and the deadline had passed. So, like, well,
I'll be honest, I didn't want to go to that tournament.
That makes two of us.
I did after fishing the day before. I
Yeah.
was ready to go home.
I bet so. I was kind of,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't regret my decision as much, when I started, before the standings cut off. But I mean, I'd like to go on because I know I won't be at Coffeen, so it'll, be a couple tournaments before I get back out there and fish with everybody. But glad to have y'all on, and no offense, Dalton, it's nice to see somebody else up on the top.
Hey, none taken. All the people started cheering when I didn't get first.
Oh.
Yeah.
They were excited.
I just wanted to make Dalton start over with his streak.
Well, we're glad you gave him a run for the money. That's for sure.
There's a lot of guys to watch out for this year, though. Kevin's on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Josh has been consistent.
Yeah.
Anybody can win one. But there's a lot of guys consistent this year.
Yeah, there's a lot of good fishermen and women in this club. You just never know who's going. Other than Dalton, you just never know who's going to have a good day. But no, I thought it was a pretty neat experience with that lake. I mean, even not catching a lot of fish, I could see the potential there. I mean, there's a lot of good cover in that lake. There's big body of water, and I was impressed that there's actually been management of the lake to improve the fishery. Really aggressive management. So we don't see that very often in Illinois. So it was.
It would get expensive for me. Every time I fished it, I'd have to have a new prop.
Yeah, I completely rebuilt my trolling motor. My lower unit the seals were leaking. I put a whole new lower unit, a new shaft, and a new transmission on my trolling motor. And about halfway through the day, I thought when I get home, I'm gonna have to order all new stuff again. The rock kept getting stuck on rocks, and
I chewed up so much of my prop that I was vibrating on the way back in.
Oh, were you?
Yeah,
yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah. Sometimes it's an advantage we can get into shallow water. Maybe it's not an advantage in situations like that.
Well, it's worse that you run along and then you hit a little rock ledge and you try to back up, and for some reason it won't come out the same way it went in.
No, those rocks, they're real aggressive. They real sharp, and I don't know what kind of riprap they put in there, but I wish they would have put something that would have been a little more bait friendly, because it's hard to even get a bait through some of those rocks.
Really, something a little more giving on your lures and on your prop and everything.
Yeah, I lost a lot of tungsten that day.
It was harder for me on the other side of the lake. I mean, it was windy, it was blowing me in, but it seemed like the rock came out a lot farther. And I'm just glad I went to the side I was on. To me, it was more fishable.
Right. Dalton, where did you fish at?
Up north by one of the ramps.
Yeah, imagine that.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. I launched where we did the ceremony. I launched in that area.
So you're right off the highway.
It can be a good place.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, guys, I want to congratulate all three of you for a fantastic job again. I want to thank Jeff again for joining me as a co-host. We look forward to our next tournament at Coffeen Lake. Looks like I'll probably see at least a few of you there. Any predictions for Coffeen?
Predictions?
Got any predictions? Other than Wade?
I'm going to say probably 94 inches.
94.
I'm going 88.
I'd say 94 would be if it gets hot, I'd say 94 would be good.
Yeah, I'll split the difference. I'll say 92.
All right. So we can see who's right in the next episodes. Thanks again, and please, if you're watching this, we do this to help build the community for the club and for people both new and experienced anglers to learn more about the great sport of kayak bass fishing. So please share that we do these interviews. We usually do them after every SIKC tournament, and hopefully we'll see everybody again on the podcast very soon. Thank you, everybody.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
See you guys.
See you later.
So today's your birthday, and you didn't tell anybody, really, Dalton?
It's on Facebook.
Come on.
He's humble like that.